competitive bout. Both guys look to be in tremendous shape. DeVante Frencher looking like he can
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for bout number 8, presented by Warriors Fuel, Kansas City's preferred healthy meal plan delivery company. They focus on your fuel so you can focus on your life. Now introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Alexis Garcia. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, DeVante Frencher. Here once again is Mike England.
Gave you instructions in the dressing room. I expect to win the fight, obey my commands all the time. You got any questions? Question, touch them already. Ball back to your corner.
Bout number 1, both fighters looking to take the center. DeVante Frencher pawing out his jab, looking to establish the range. Garcia tosses out a leg kick. Frencher now giving him a different look, not up the middle, but around the corner, and he has an excellently timed takedown. Lands a big takedown and takes the back immediately with one hook in here.
Yeah, Garcia looked to scramble back to his feet, and as he did, DeVante circled around to the back beautifully. See if he can hold the position here in the clinch now.
Garcia looking to control the hands of Frencher for obvious reasons. If Frencher can't lock his hands, he can't get a strong grip, which means Garcia can wiggle his way on out of there.
He's looking to attack with the Kimura now as Garcia.
And he's on it too with a 2-on-1. Frencher with a strong body lock. Looking to reap the leg briefly. Now he's going with the inside trip. Frencher is smothering him on the fence, looking to put his back up and press him up tall.
Yeah, really good technique though so far by Garcia, digging those underhooks, circling off and secures a takedown of his own.
Yeah, Garcia doing a good job at running the pipe.
Oh.
Garcia does a good job at runs the pipe and gets a double leg, and Frencher pushes him off and says, no, get off. Frencher's gonna look to uncork this overhand right here. Garcia able to scoop him off the fence here. This time he's able to establish control, putting his hips on Frencher's hips and nullifying any space or any wiggle room to get out.
Deontay using that underhook to try to get his back to the cage so he can stand up. Garcia very aware of the position though, following the hips, trying to work around to the back.
Garcia landed some big ground and pound on one of the hooks, looks to slip his hand underneath the neck of Frencher as he's looking to solidify back control.
Deontay really fighting off that second hook like he should.
Garcia doing a good job with hooks here, and he's heavy on those hips. Frencher can't move anywhere at this point. He's trying his best to roll, and he's landing big punches here. Garcia landing some devastating shots here, but there's the bell. 8 seconds left, and Frencher's needed this clock more than ever right now. Garcia landing big shots.
And that brings us to the end of round 1.
You know, Garcia, at the end of that round, looked to be real smart and looking to pick his shots. A lot of times guys in those situations can blow their wad, if you will, on just trying to exert as many shots as they can. He seemed to be really patient on the shots he was looking to pick. I like that style.
Yeah, you can tell he's very, no stranger to the ground there and no stranger to the positions in the clinch. Very comfortable everywhere and has really done a good job of countering the power and the takedowns of DeVante.
Yeah, this, if I'm in the corner of Alexis Garcia, I'm going to tell him to try to get DeVante Frencher up on the fence, look to get in on those hips, look to get in on the leg. You saw Garcia earlier run the pipe on a single leg, which was just enough of an angle to get to the double leg and then finish the takedown. So the guy obviously has really good chain wrestling, good control on the ground. Frencher's dangerous when he's out moving around. So if I'm Garcia, I'm looking to pin him back down on the floor where there's no space. And if I'm Frencher, I'm looking to keep the space and try to make this an athletic contest.
Yeah, these guys both look very well conditioned too. Neither one breathing hard as we get ready to head into round 2 after an exhausting first round. Spent a lot in the clinch and in the takedowns. Neither one of these guys look like they've, it looks like the start of round 1. Some water on the floor from the ice bag of the corner of Alexis Garcia. Getting wiped up by referee Mike England, and will be off for round 2.
Hard leg kick from Garcia. That's the 4th one he's landed. Those are hard leg kicks.
There's that overhand right of Frencher, though, that Garcia has to watch out for. Looking to secure another takedown.
Frencher doing a good job at controlling the head of Garcia and getting space. He's got to protect that leg, though. One more leg kick like Garcia landed, and that could be the fight-ending fight, and there's another one. At any point now, the next leg kick could be it.
DeVante's really looking for that right hand. It seems like he's looking to swing that power. Boom, there it is. Garcia ducks under and secures the takedown.
Yeah, Garcia doing a good job at waiting for Frencher to chuck the overhand, and he ducked under it and scored the takedown. As you can see, though, Frencher's overhand was extremely fast and powerful. So if he can look to put that on the mark, we could get a change in the tide here. But as of right now, Garcia is rolling.
Garcia looking to try to get back to the back here, but this time DeVante locks down a half guard position. Now into mount is Garcia.
Yeah, Garcia back into mount, but this time he has time, and Frencher able to get back to guard, pushing off to create space. Frencher doing a good job at going head-to-head here. If you're eye level with your opponent, that means that you're stacked on top of them, and if you're stacked on top of them, there's not a lot of room to go out. There's no back door, there's no front door. Depending on where you're at, obviously. And, Garcia doing a good job at keeping that space. And he catches the foot on the push-off. An athletic push-off from Frencher. Garcia is able to catch that foot.
And DeVante tried to come up going forward, which allowed Garcia to kind of circle around to the back.
Garcia is able to find that far side hook in, and he's getting aggressive on the neck here. He's cranking on the face here. This is extreme pressure on the neck. It's not quite underneath the neck. I don't have a great angle, but this is still a position that scores a lot of taps, and Frencher is able to tough it out of this. Seconds left in round number 2. This is a similar story to round number 1, where Frencher finds himself in a really, really bad spot, but the bell is going to be here to save him, it looks like. If I'm Frencher's corner, we got to find out a way to somehow score that overhand or uppercut, or really any punch. Frencher's hands are extremely dangerous, so if he can look to score those punches, he could change the momentum of the fight. But Garcia seeming to be really smart with his range and timing and knowing when to duck under for a takedown, when to evade and back up.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like there in round number 2, is that Garcia was just waiting for DeVante to throw that right hand. As soon as he did, he was able to duck underneath and wrap up the legs. And once they get down to the ground, it seems like Alexis Garcia has had the advantage in those positions.
One of the biggest stories of that last round, or even this fight, has got to be the leg kicks of Garcia. His takedowns and his ground control are definitely smothering, but those leg kicks were brutal. And, DeVante Frencher's an extremely tough dude, but eventually that thigh can't take it, and there he checks that one. Frencher pawing out his hands, looking to find the range. Garcia ducks under, scores the leg, runs the pipe.
DeVante tries to roll out there, but Alexis Garcia just too good a base and ends up in that top position once again.
Yeah, Garcia fighting a real smart fight. He noticed, probably noticed in the first round or for sure the second round, that he had a pretty big grappling advantage, and that's been on his mind from the second he noticed that, which is just, you know, put this fight to where it's, you know, in his favor and, you know, the most favorable matchups to win it.
Yeah, when they're in this position and in those clinch positions, he doesn't have to worry about the huge haymakers of DeVante. So I think that's what his mindset is take away the power and
athleticism.
Avoid those big strikes and nullify his attacks.
Yep.
He's done a good job so far. DeVante working, trying to explode back to his feet, but Garcia hanging on the neck. DeVante pops out, but relentless on the legs.
He's tired, DeVante. He's tired, DeVante. Garcia with another takedown. If Garcia can stay on top, then we have to assume that this is going to solidify the fight, and he's going to take this in a unanimous decision. If Frencher can pop back up to his feet, he can definitely get it done, but from what we've seen in the past here, it looks like Garcia is going to be able to finish this one on top like he did in the first and second round.
Yeah, any space that DeVante gets, Alexis Garcia just closes the distance right away and really.
One thing to note, this fight's at 155 pounds, which is what DeVante really walks around at. So he's probably given up 10 to 15 pounds in this fight. But, you know, still that's, you know, just a variable that's going on. Doesn't take anything away from Garcia because obviously he's technically sound with his grappling and striking. The guy's been pitching a shutout so far. Excellent performance from Garcia.
Going to secure the back here. He has both hooks in. Like we saw at the end of round one, he's very calculated with his strikes here on the ground. He's not just winging haymakers trying to look for the finish. He's trying to pick his shots, which is something you see normally of a very experienced fighter. That'll bring us to the end of the fight. Great performance by Alexis Garcia. DeVante Frencher, you know, just not able to land those big strikes like he wanted to.
Yeah, great fight. Good stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we go to the judges' scorecards. All three judges are in agreement. They score the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Alexis Garcia.